Hi, my name is Elise, and I am a holistic wellness coach specializing in integrated attachment theory. And I work with anxiously attached women to help them to overcome their core wounding and their anxious tendencies and to attract that secure, loving partnership that they've always desired and truly deserve. And today we will be watching again Love is Blind, the US version. So let's dive in.
This is incredible.
Hi.
Wow. Diving into that kiss.
Will you marry me?
Absolutely.
So there's definitely sexual attraction there.
Hello?
Ramses?
Yes.
I'm very happy it's you.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some things.
From yesterday, like, whatever, like, the news got out about, like, voting and everything.
Yeah.
I got a little bit in my head. I really like you, and I do want to continue, like, connecting with you. I just need that reassurance every once in a while. I just want to hear, like, from you that you're, like, still, like, I guess not still into me, but
Still
like,
into you.
like, but it's you're feeling.
Reassurance. So that is one of the needs of an anxious preoccupied. They need reassurance, which is not a bad thing. They just need to be reinforced by their partner that they still care and they still love them and they still want the relationship. And it's because anxious preoccupieds grew up with such inconsistency in their childhood and by their caregivers that they didn't know when their needs were going to be met. Often, as a child, those needs being met are associated with not just love but also survival. So these three things are tied really, really closely together due to the inconsistency of the parent being there, being able to be present to give the needs, and then sometimes not. In those periods of not, the anxious felt like, oh, well, maybe they're not going to come back. So anytime there is a period of distance within the relationship, whether it be physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, whatever type of distance there is, the anxious preoccupied does need that reassurance to just be like, hey, we're still good, like everything's going well, I still really appreciate you. And the anxious preoccupied is happy to give that back in return. It's important to know what your needs are in relationship, because if you are not able to communicate that to your partner, then your partner is not going to be able to meet those needs. And that is a cause of a lot of relationships failing, is because one or both partners have needs that are not being met. So it's important to be aware of, and it's okay. It's also okay to have this need. It's just part of your programming. And if you are with a partner who is good at giving that reassurance and who is possibly secure, then you, as an anxious preoccupied, are going to need that reassurance less and less.
Between Brittany and Hannah.
Hannah?
Did you date her at all seriously?
Both, yeah.
I understand why you ended things with Hannah, because being logical.
No, I think she cut me out. She was my number one. Hannah's 5'9", 5'8".
Right.
I said I was okay with that. She cut me out. Describe to me the kind of girl you want by your side for the rest of your life.
That's like what I'm really trying to fucking figure out.
Okay, so I'm going to give a little practice here in open-mindedness. So I don't know what this guy's name was, but he said Hannah was his number one. He's 5'8", she's 5'9". And when he revealed that he's 5'8", she cut him out. Now there's a couple things going on here. Number one, it could be true, and it could be Hannah just doesn't want to be with anybody that's shorter than her. Or it could be other reasons. So maybe for him, for this guy, he feels self-conscious about his height. And so, as I've mentioned before, we see the world through our core wounds. So if that's like some wounding that he has, then he's going to use that as the reason for the way that people behave with him. So if someone cut him out, that could be a reason that he goes to as a reason why he uses to justify things. Oh, she cut me out because I'm 5'8", she's 5'9". And again, this could be true. This could be the reason why Hannah did that. However, it could be something else. So we don't actually know. They didn't include that part of the conversation into the Netflix show, so it's really debatable. But I just want to keep an open mind about things and not jump to conclusions right away.
I think because of people I've dated in the past, they're amazing guys, and they have like certain status, so they also have like so many other girls they could be with. So I think it's just bringing up a trauma that I didn't realize I had. Well, I realized I had, but I didn't realize it was like this deep. So I think when I'm pinned against other women, it's just like, oh, here we go again. I'm like, not the only person they're dating.
So what she's talking about is core wounding. These are those deep seated beliefs that we have about ourselves that developed out of childhood that carry on throughout our life. And she's saying that it's deep, which is why I think it is a core wound. And the core wound that would be, she's saying, oh, when I'm pinned up with other women, you know, she feels less about herself. In other words, she feels not enough. I'm not enough would be the core wounding for that. And there are other situations. So if you are, let's say you're a secure person. So secure people don't grow up with those core wounds because they were able to get their needs met as a child. Now they might still go through life and they might have, you know, they might be self-conscious, they might have these situations that cause them to think or question themselves and all that sort of stuff, but it's more surface level. It doesn't affect them as much on a deep level like it does for someone whose core belief is I'm not enough. It looks like that is one of the core beliefs for Brittany, and it's all coming up now that she has had this trigger, which is knowing that she's in competition with another girl. And these triggers are what poke at our core wounds and cause us to become emotional. And it's all a facilitative process to help you learn more about yourself. Like, emotions are there for a reason. They're helping you to understand yourself, to guide yourself. But it's important to note that emotions, that feeling that she has that I'm not good enough, it's not a truth. It's just a communication that this is how she's feeling right now. But that doesn't mean that it's a truth. And that's something that we work on in the integrated attachment coaching, is that we focus on their core wounds like I'm not enough and repair them so that you start to actually feel good about yourself, feel enough. And then once you start to feel enough, you see the world differently. And when you're put into positions where you are in competition with someone else like that, it doesn't affect you as much. It doesn't affect you as deeply, and you have more confidence. Thanks for watching. If you've liked what you've just seen, please make it known below by liking, sharing, subscribing, or making a comment. I would love to have a dialogue with you. What did you think about the episode? What do you think about the characters in the episode? It would be great to know what you think as well. And if you'd like to know more about me or more about attachment, you can check out my website, which is listed in the description below. And if you'd like to work with me, I'd love to talk to you. You can check out my website, or you can email me directly through some information on YouTube. Thank you again, and hopefully I'll see you next time as we go into another episode of Love is Blind. Until then, take care, and I'll see you soon.